basic, but it's a start. You know, it's got kind of a dark feel to it because of the notes I picked. But yeah, so that should get your MPK plugged in and, you know, running. Then, you know, just to run over it again, you want to file, or wait, live, preferences. You want to come down to the MIDI, link MIDI, pick the drop down, and then also if you got like a microphone, say you got like a cheap Blue Snowball or something from Radio Shack before they shut down, you can load up to 6 things in here as long as you got USB ports for it and your computer can support it. Yeah, you can add other stuff and it'll give you other options when something's actually plugged in. But you know, it does it all itself. It just auto maps. All the work is done. Then once you have that MPK Mini set up, close it. Make sure whatever you're trying to record on is highlighted. Come down here. Make sure, you know, you're on the right screen. And I'm going to show you this screen now. But make sure you're on the draw screen with Shift Tab. Shift Tab, Tab, Tab. And then just Tab to do the top screen. And that's for, I use that for mixing stuff down, but I don't do that till the end. Or if I want to finally check a volume, I'll, you know, raise it up as high as I can. And I think that's about it, yeah. And then that gives you more control, you know, with the volume knob or with automation or whatever. So yeah, tab, go back to the screen. Yeah, so that should be, I mean, and over here you have your instruments and they give you a bunch to get started. You know, you can find, go to operator, you can find bass. So you can get your drums down, you can get your bass down, then you can do a little, you know, guitar effect over it. And don't ever feel stuck on a sound because you can always just drag a sound in place of it. So like now we gotta, I'm gonna drag this one in. You know? Or it doesn't even have to be another guitar. I could go to pads and do, that sounds like shit. Bright pad. You know, so there's a bunch of stuff built right in. You can make a whole song without downloading anything else. And if you know what you're doing, you can make it sound good. I'll do I like those like kind of froggy sounds. Make you want to jump. What else I got? Oh yeah, I wanted to show you effects. If you come up here, so this will be your categories. That's for all of the stuff you need. You can go through, explore, see what's up, and you know, do whatever you want. Don't be worried about like, let me shut that off. Don't be worried about breaking it because you can just, you know, start over from the beginning. So yeah, you want to go to audio effects, not MIDI effects. Every time I use these, they crash Ableton for me. Don't know why, except for the arpeggiator. So I go into audio effects and say I want, you know, some reverb on that voice. I just drag it. Oops, nope. And drag it. I'll do it up there because I accidentally missed my page. Onto what I want the reverb on, and boom, now I have reverb. And it comes preset, so if I play it, I'll just play it alone. I wish it was louder. Oh, there we go. And if I turn the dry wet up, so you can mess around with these. Decay time, that's how long it echoes out for. you know, and there's other stuff that I know what it does, but I don't know exactly how to explain it. So like, that's how long it rings out. And then you have your equalizer, so you want to know what's like, that takes all the high end out. Now I put the high end back in. I can take all the low end out, and I can take even more of it out by going up. So now only the high end is echoing through, so I can raise my decay time, raise my wetness. Okay. So yeah, mess around with that. I'm gonna just shut this off. This is off and on. Mess around with that. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do. And then, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty extensive lesson. I'm trying to think if I missed anything, but that should get you, you know, if you just stick with the drums. I don't even know what's in the sounds. I use a lot of samples. Oh, okay. You got more instruments in here. You got like piano. Looks like a bunch of different kinds. So I put that in. Oh, I didn't realize you can just go down, hit the down arrow, and enter until you, that's something I just learned now. And it'll automatically load it into the right synth. Until you find one you like. But I actually personally like that guitar, the first one I had picked out. Oh yeah, that's right, that one's an instrument. So yeah, you got sounds, it's got everything you would need to get started in there, instruments, everything you need to get started in here. I'm gonna pick this guy. I like that sound. It's kind of heavy. Throw the reverb on it. Let me see. I gotta find my mouse first. Take out that low cut. So we want to, obviously, oh, size is a big one too. It's the size of the room. Listen to the difference when I'm turning it down. That's a good one to mess around with. Sounds funny when you're doing it while it's going. But yeah, that gives it a nice heavy sound too. And then the best things that I can tell you, my favorite effects that, you know, that I like to do while I'm mixing down, because I mix down as I go, so I don't have to do all the mastering at the end. Best things to use are the limiter, because it is a, I'll just add this, it's a gain with a noise gate, meaning it only allows a certain amount of decibels through. So it'll, no matter how much, I'll show you, no matter how much I turn up the gain, let me turn down the ceiling. Okay, so that's the ceiling. Let me turn down the computer volume. That's the ceiling. So that's how much of the decibels to the right here. Like that's -6 decibels, -12. That's how much sound it's actually cutting out. So even if I turn the gain way up, it's not making it any louder here. That's the volume. So you can really boost up sounds, see, and even as I'm turning it down, until it stops limiting, it doesn't change the volume at all. So it stays the same volume. So it's a great way to bring out noise in certain sounds that you don't want to overflow your master out. Because like right now, I mean, I'm way past, see this, boom, but I can't hear it otherwise to show you. So yeah, that's limiter. Use that on practically everything, but always put it at the end because it goes in order. It's like now I have the sound coming out and then it's going through the reverb into the limiter. If I put the limiter here, it's going through the limiter into the reverb, and you don't want that. Multi-band bananas, multi-band dynamics, OTT. This is a great one too. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure it's before my limiter. It just adds a lot of dimension. I don't know, it's a good one. And then I would look up, I mean, I could get into it, but it's a little advanced. Glue compressor. If I click on this, this is going to go at the very right before the limiter. Keep losing my mouse here. You're always going to keep this right before the limiter. You never want this to fall back in your chain, because what this does is it listens to whatever you tell it to listen to, and every time, like say it's a kick drum, every time the kick drum hits, it muffles the sound of this. So and you adjust the attack and the gain, and when I'm using it to glue stuff, I just turn attack down, release down, ratio on either 4 to 1 or 10 to 1, and the threshold all the way down, and I work up from there. So you come into this little arrow, and I want it to